Joining me this morning in the studio is Brazil's ambassador to the EU, Pedro Miguel da Costa Silva. Good morning, Ambassador.
Good morning.
Really great to have you here with us on Europe Today. Let me start with EU-Mercosur, because I know you were very critical in the past of the political campaigning here in Europe against this deal. Now it's here, it's in effect. How much of a moment is this?
Well, it's a fantastic time to be in Brussels. Now, finally, we have the agreement, and my hope is that all the noise that surrounded this deal will go away progressively as the deal kicks in and the benefits kick in. And also people realize that all that was said about the deal is not actually true, the bad things.
Yet it has been referred to the EU's top court. Do you fear that the noise could come back then?
Well, we have to respect the internal procedures of the EU, but I am very confident that the court will rule that it's perfectly in line with the legal agreements of the EU, and then it will be up to the Parliament. So,
there are obviously still concerns amongst farmers, the farming community. And we have heard in recent days concerns that maybe the quotas that apply to products like beef will only benefit these big corporations, big agribusinesses in Brazil. How would you respond to that?
Well, I think that the European farmers are going to have a lot of benefits with this agreement. Nobody talks about this, so I think it needs to be recalled. And the other thing is that the participation that we have in this market, both Brazil and the other Mercosur countries, is complementary to EU agriculture. It's coffee, it's soybeans, products that are inputs for European farming and for European industry. So I think there's a lot of disinformation going on. On the issue of the quotas are managed by both sides.
Okay.
So I think, and the EU has a lot of experience. I see no problem there, and I think people are going to realize they come in progressively. We have quotas on our side too, because we also have sensitive products in the Mercosur side. So I think people are finding new things to talk about and make noise. Maybe the noise should just quiet down and we could move on with real life and the benefits of the agreement.
And Ambassador, I have to ask you about the broader politics behind this and the broader global politics. Yeah. Because some would say that this deal really came as a response to this kind of new world order that President Trump in the White House is trying to impose. Would you say that that's true?
I would say that the deal was built on multilateralism, on the idea of cooperation, on the idea of dialogue, of working together. So it's a very strong signal about what the Mercosur countries and Europe stand for. So that would be my
Yet
response.
Multilateralism is in decline. We're living in a very different world. I know that your president, Lula da Silva, was recently in Spain, also visited Germany, but was in attendance at this big conference of left-wing leaders in Spain with Prime Minister Sanchez. Do you see that as this kind of response to Trump, as this hedge against the new world that Trump is trying to impose?
I think that for countries like mine, rules are fundamental. We helped building them together with European countries and with the United States, and we're going to stand by them because rules are fundamental to organized international life. So it's not a question of politics; it's a question of the long run.
And on that, to close, what you just said there reminded me a little bit of what Mark Carney was saying yesterday when he attended the European political community in Armenia. He said that when the international order is rebuilt, that he believes it will be rebuilt out of Europe. Do you agree? And does that mean that Brazil could look to join such fora and work closely with European nations?
I think that if we're going to rebuild something, it has to be rebuilt by everybody. Europe will have an important place at the table, but you'll need to have all other voices speaking. If you want a really functioning and durable new order, it needs to take everybody's views into account. So I think that Europe has a place, but I'm not convinced that it will be built from here. It has to be built from all different places.
Okay, Ambassador, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning. We hope to see you again.